Hi, I'm Walker Powell with Homeland Properties.
And I'm Mary Pendleton Brown with White Ivy Real Estate.
What Mary and I are doing here in these videos is bringing a spotlight to the local businesses and service providers in and around the greater Lake Livingston area.
And for those of you who aren't familiar with Lake Livingston, it's the second largest lake in Texas. And it's known for its crappie, bass, and some catfish.
Yeah.
I've seen some monsters
Some
pulled out
rather
of there.
large catfish.
Yeah.
Myself personally, I'm more of a farm and ranch and land sales agent, focusing on recreational, residential, developmental tracts of land in the surrounding counties, Polk County, San Jacinto County, Walker County, Trinity County. You know, there's a lot of recreational and residential opportunity that these tracts of land have to provide in what I believe to be a wonderful part of East Texas.
Yes, and I work with residential buyers and sellers mostly.
Yeah. So without further ado, this week's video. How's it going? This is Walker Powell with Homeland Properties.
Hi, and I'm Mary Pendleton Brown with White Ivy Real Estate out of Huntsville and Trinity. And we're here today with Mayor Pro Tem, City of Trinity Mayor Pro Tem, Billy Goodin. And Billy, can you tell us a little bit about yourself before we get started?
Okay, I moved to the Trinity area in 1968. Graduated high school, married, had 2 children, and then I later adopted 2 children. So I have 2 girls and 2 boys. Got into the medical field, went to college, got a degree. I was director of laboratory services for East Texas Medical Center, Crockett, and Trinity. Ran and got on the council. This I'm on my 9th year. I'm running for mayor this year. That's basically it.
Gotcha. When does for those watching, when is the actual election? When should
May
those
the
go up?
7th.
May the 7th.
May the 7th.
May the 7th. You got it. Well, while Mary and I got you here today, is we wanted to kind of talk about the Trinity area specifically, focusing on the town and the many grants that have been awarded to or that we are currently applying for to do what we can to better the city of Trinity, the water situation, roads, sidewalks, things like that. So that's kind of what we wanted to discuss today. Starting with, can you tell us a little bit about how the project of how the grant is going with the city tapping into the TRA water supply?
That we used part of a grant that we got for the COVID funds. We got a $682,000 grant. We get half of it we got in 21.
Mm-hmm.
We'll get the other half in 2022. The first part of that grant we used to lay a main line from Highway 19 down Tatum Street and to join, directly connects our water line from TRA to our water supply for the city. That we ran into some issues with engineering.
Mm-hmm.
They're working those out. However, we did get our clarifiers at the wells working. We installed a new chlorinator there, and so we've got the water back, and we're not on the water notice anymore. So.
Excellent. That's great. And then the second half of that fund will be applied this year in 2022.
Yes.
What is the plan for that?
We really haven't earmarked it for anything yet.
Gotcha. Just going to see how the first half of that, how those funds are applied, how everything works out, and then kind of go from there.
But we do have several grants that we have in place now. I can go over those.
Yeah, please.
Yes, if you can tell us about
Okay, we have a $275,000 grant, and that is to improve some of our sewer lines on the north end of town. Runs up behind the hospital building.
Sure.
And then back toward town. That one, we're in the bidding process. I think we've got a contractor. There were some delays due to COVID and things, so they're going to go ahead and try to get started on that one, and then they'll apply for an extension so that we can utilize all the grant funds. We got a $575,000 downtown revitalization grant, and we're going to be doing that on Railroad Street. It will start at Highway 94 and go almost to Brookshire Brothers. We'll be widening that street and adding curbs down and sidewalks down one side.
Gotcha. That's going to be nice when it's done.
Yes, it will be. We also have a $51,359 grant, and it's a planning and capacity building grant. And that is what we do is we have an engineering company come in and they kind of look at all of our systems in the city, and then give us recommendations on what we
Sure.
can do to improve and expand those. Then we got a $4,069,683 grant for replacing a lot of our water infrastructure. It is going to incorporate new towers, new lines. It'll replace a lot of that old infrastructure that we have, ground storage, lift stations and things like that.
And when would those grants be, actually applied and the citizens of Trinity be able to actually see that start happening?
Well, we had our first meeting with the people who gave us the grant. GrantWorks, that's who handles our grants, with our engineers, and we discussed the details of the grant, and because you have details that you have to meet,
Sure.
to get those. The engineer is finishing up on his part of it. Then we'll start going out for bids on that, and that project is scheduled to be completed in 2025. So
Good deal.
it'll start rolling pretty quick.
Would y'all be bidding local contractors?
Yes, we do. That's part of the stipulation of the grant, that you utilize local
Sure.
and minority groups.
Keeping the money here in
Yes,
town.
yes,
Yeah,
yes.
in town and in the county.
We also have a $682,890 grant for that. Well, that's the one I just talked about. We've used half of it on the new water line, and the other will be in water improvements, broadband, things like that, sewer improvements, things like that. So we'll
Gotcha.
do that. We have a $75,000 to $350,000 grant that we've applied for. We've submitted that, and that will be for put more into our infrastructure and water, so we can get more of that replaced, especially water lines,
Sure.
things like that. Because I think Trinity has some of every kind of water line they've ever made in history,
Right.
in the ground. So that's what that will do. Another project that we've got working on is street repair. We have a $750,000, and that's not a lot of money for streets. But what we did, we developed a grading system, and we graded them on their condition and their traffic patterns, and it gave us a kind of a score. And then we listed all the streets and kind of put some in order, and we're going to start working on some of those. Some of them may be some repaving, some of them just rebuilding the foundation and putting rock on them and things like that. But those will maybe start getting some of the streets in better
Gotcha.
condition.
Can you, just for the sake of what we're doing is for community engagement and to kind of educate the public on some things, and we also highlight businesses, local businesses in the area.
Yes.
But for this purpose of the layman, can you just explain the grant process a little bit to people? Because they have the idea that we have money and we're just sitting on it. I want them to understand how you have to draw it down in stages.
Yes. The grant, you apply for a grant. If you're awarded the grant, they don't just send you a check. There's a lot of paperwork, a lot of requirements you have to meet, and it's issued out in stages. As you finish parts of the project, then they will give you a draw on the money. So it happens slowly.
And this isn't several weeks. This is several months,
Yes.
if not several
some of
years.
these we've been
for some
working
of these
on for a
projects.
year. Yes.
Gotcha. Now, I mean, obviously there's going to be some concerns of citizens due to construction and a lot of things that seem like are going to be happening within Trinity County and specifically the city of Trinity. Where would be a location for these citizens that live here locally with us that would be able to come and voice their concerns?
We have city council meetings every second Thursday of the month at City Hall. They start at 7 o'clock. They can go there. We have started a Facebook page.
Oh, great.
And we update things, put grant stuff on there. If we have a water problem, or we highlight businesses, there's a lot of good information there.
What is the
They can
page?
also call the City Hall. It's City of Trinity. Just
City of
Trinity.
Easy enough.
Yes.
That's really easy.
So it's really been helpful. So we kind of keep them informed. We got projects going on, or a problem,
Are people
or
interacting on there a
fire, or
lot?
anything. Yes, we've
Okay.
got a lot of good response from that.
That's good.
They can also call the City Hall or go to the City Hall website on the on the computer, and it gives you information on meetings. There'll be like agendas, minutes, and stuff like that on there.
Okay,
Gotcha.
that's great.
Was there anything else that you kind of wanted to discuss and speak about to anybody that would be watching this video?
Well, like I said, I am running for mayor. I'm going to try to move the city from being a reactive organization to a proactive. I have an extensive experience in quality management, quality control, performance improvement, and I would like to bring a quality management system into the city. That way, we're instead of fixing problems, we're solving them, and there is a difference. You can fixing a problem is just the one step in solving one.
Sure.
So that's kind of what my platform is. I want to start getting data from the organization so we can make data-driven decisions and move it to where our drive is toward quality and performance improvement.
Billy, can you tell Walker and I some more information that you have about some plans for downtown or what's happening in Trinity?
Well, that's always been a dream of mine to get downtown restored because I used to walk those streets and shop there. Several of the buildings have sold and they are renovating those. Our economic development committee has helped people put awnings on some of the buildings back. Our Trinity Forest and Gifts shop there, they're going to put some nice canvas, colorful canopies over their flower shop, and they put in a coffee shop as well. They fixed their windows and repainted all of those, and they're redoing things like that. I would like to eventually see maybe garbage cans, trash cans put out there, maybe planter boxes with some flowers and stuff out, and really try to start getting the downtown area revitalized. Get the buildings where maybe we can have a lot of small shops and boutiques and stuff like that coming in. I think it'd give something for people who are coming through our city to stop.
Because we have a lot of traffic.
We do.
A lot of traffic
We
that
have
goes through
plenty of
that main
traffic in
area.
Trinity. We just got to get something from the want to stop and see.
Sure.
And you said there's something else, spa going in?
Yeah, there's in one of the buildings, I think there's a
Masseuse.
real estate office maybe, and like a spa and massage and some other kind of business. I think it can house 3.
And then
It's on
ours
the
is going
corner.
to be across the street from that, right?
Yes.
Where White Ivy's going to be
And
located.
that remodel has been remarkable. I toured on that building. I'd love to see that whole, because back years and years and years ago, the main hub of the city was down on that street when the Gibson Hotel was there and all that. So I would really like to see that come back, and let's do some revitalization there.
They have a coffee shop already. Have you been to it?
I have not.
It's good.
Not yet.
It's good
I've been
coffee,
there.
and they've got
Yes,
some
really good coffee.
good like
Yes.
muffins and stuff. So you got to come. Yeah.
I will. Yeah.
What are they going to do anything with the area that's across from Trinity Cafe? You know that open area?
I don't know if that's
That old vault is there, right? The bank?
Yeah, that used to be the bank building.
That would be a cute courtyard
It
where
would
people
be.
could go sit and
Yeah.
have,
Of course, now
Coca-Cola,
the
whatever.
corner where Brookshire's used to be many years ago. I think it's Philip Morrison, one of our council members, owns that building, and they have redone that building and put in a home furnishing and gift shop there, which is one of my favorite shops. And I think there's a clothing shop there and a real estate office there as well on the corner. It looks really nice.
Yeah. So slowly but surely, the plan is to, over the next few years, develop a little, along with the grants, develop a little bit at a time and kind of help just revitalize and improve the economic situation of the city of Trinity.
Exactly.
Well, thank you for sharing that additional
Thank you.
information with us
Absolutely.
today.
You're welcome.
Well, we can't tell you how much we appreciate you joining us today, trying to keep the folks of Trinity as informed as we can, and you sharing information about the current grants that have not only been applied for, but that have been granted to the city, and understanding that work is actually being done, I think is going to make a lot of people's conscience eased and a little bit more comfortable to understand that they're informed
Yes.
with the current events.
Yes.
Again, Walker Powell with Homeland Properties out of Huntsville.
And Mary Pendleton Brown with White Ivy Real Estate out of Huntsville and soon to be Trinity office. And Mayor, City of Trinity Mayor Pro Tem,
Yes.
Billy Goodin. That's hard to say. That's not your name, but the Pro Tem.
And remind everybody when the election
It's
is,
May
when
the
you should go
7th.
vote.
May the 7th.
May the 7th.
All right, everybody go vote.
All right.
And I appreciate y'all asking me. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. Thank y'all. God bless.